If you spend an insane amount of time performing various mobility drills to loosen up your hips, shoulders, or other body parts so you can move better, feel better, and perform better, then you have to watch this video. Because it could be that you're missing one key thing that is impacting how much you can get from all the mobility drills that you find on the internet. It's a thing that very few people coach and address through a wide variety of exercise. But it's not just for mobility drills. If you want to be able to put more force in the ground on lifts, or rotate further in a golf swing so you can drive the ball farther than ever before, this one concept that I'm going to teach you in this video can help you achieve that. Before I tell you what that is, we have to talk about something that we do on a daily basis to understand just how important this movement concept is. And that thing that we do every day is walking. When we walk, our torso moves in the opposite direction of our legs. If our legs and torso move in opposite directions, we're expressing a concept called relative motion or segmental motion. When I have this relative or segmental motion available, I have more excursion or range of motion happening within my joints. It is this concept which is what allows us to have full mobility. And when we don't have relative motion, that is when we have a loss of mobility. But how in walking do we achieve relative motion? In relation to the stance leg, as we walk in early stance, the pelvis faces away at first, but then rotates towards the stance leg as we move forward. But this pelvis rotation can only occur if I have a fixed point below. I need something that rotates in the opposite direction, but it's not the femur. This rotation actually occurs in the foot. As I walk, my weight goes from the outside heel towards the inside heel, and then as I'm in the middle portion of stance, my foot flattens or pronates, and I get more weight on the first metatarsal head or the base of the big toe. With this pronation action happening, there is an internal rotation movement occurring. If you look at the foot from this angle right here, you can see these bones flatten as my tibia or my shin moves forward. This flattening action creates internal rotation through the foot. This foot internal rotation allows me to express external rotation through the pelvis. External rotation is what allows the back of the pelvis, in this case on the right side, to move backwards. The fixed points on the foot that allow me to produce external rotation in the pelvis are the inner heel and the base of the big toe. But what if I can't contact those points? That's when you start to see deviations in gait, where the foot will spin out or a heel whip will occur, or you'll see a shortened stance. Basically, if I can't keep the foot fixed, then the rest of the body cannot be mobile. And with most lower body mobility drills, few people focus on the ability to contact these 2 points into the ground. And that could be the reason why you're not getting as much out of most of your mobility drills. Moreover, if I don't have a stable point of contact on the ground, it will limit my ability to produce force in the ground because the feet might orient into different positions, or I might have other deviations happening throughout the leg. So is the solution to just do more ankle drills or foot strengthening exercises? No. Your wall ankle mobility drills or calf stretches aren't going to necessarily teach you to be able to create awareness of those 2 points, but I have some drills that will. And once you have these contact points down pat, you can incorporate them into any drill where your foot stays flat, and I guarantee you're going to get way more out of it. Now, most conventional ankle mobility drills focus only on dorsiflexion, but you can't push the tibia forward if you don't have the ability to move the heel, or calcaneal inversion and eversion. This drill helps you get that. The first thing you're going to do is get one foot on a bench or a stool. You're going to take your opposite hand, you're going to grip just behind both of the ankle bones and traction down. So I'm kind of pushing my arm down, just like that. Then from here, I'm going to lean my body backwards. Keeping the front of the foot flat, I'm going to take a silent inhale through the nose. When I do that, my weight's going to shift to the outside heel. When I exhale, I'm going to slowly shift my weight to the inside heel. It's a very small movement. You're going to alternate inhale, outside heel, exhale, inside heel, making sure that your foot doesn't come up in either one of those instances. Perform that movement for 10 to 20 reps per side, a couple times a day. If you have a difficult time getting that heel contact, you can perform the same movement on a ramp. It'll be a little bit easier to get your weight on the heel. Once you have your ability to shift your weight from the inside and outside heel respectively, you can then work on true ankle dorsiflexion by driving foot pronation or flattening during. With this, you're going to put your hand over the top of your foot, keeping contact on the inside heel and the base of the big toe. You're then going to shift your knee forward and backwards, performing 10 to 20 reps both sides. Once you've gotten the ability to sense those foot points and your ankles have loosened up, we then want to apply those foot contacts into more advanced exercises. The three ways we're going to drive this foot positioning is with loaded forward knee movement or ankle dorsiflexion. We're going to do the same with being able to push off of those foot points, which we would use in things such as lunges, sprints, things of that nature. And then the last way that we'll drill it is side-to-side movement, which is used in things like lateral shuffles and lateral lunges. For the forward knee movement, the best drill to practice these foot contacts is a squat. You could choose a goblet squat in which you're sensing those 2 points, the inside heel and the base of the big toe, reaching the kettlebell forward and simply inhale, squat straight down, exhale, squat up. Generally, I'm going to coach this on a ramp because it limits the amount of ankle motion needed to be expressed. Most people are limited in their ankle mobility, so using a ramp can still allow you to push into ranges you might not have while slowly increasing mobility over time. For the squat, you're going to do 2 to 3 rounds of 8 to 12 reps. For working on push-off, I like this hook-lying bridge exercise where you're sensing those same foot points, pressing them straight down into the ground, and by pressing your foot into the ground, your glutes will lift up off the ground. You can hold that position and breathe silent in through the nose and a nice, long, slow exhale through the mouth. You just want to make sure that you're not tipping your foot inward or you're bridging excessively, because either of those two things can limit the effects of the exercise. For this, we can perform 2 to 3 rounds of 6 to 10 reps per leg. And the way we can get the side-to-side movement is with a weight shift cable chop. From here, I'm going to be in a stance that's a little bit wider than hip width, rope attachment in the high end of the cable column. I'm going to sense those foot points, look to the horizon. You're going to silently breathe in through the nose. On the exhale, you're going to pull the cable to your chest and then down towards your thigh. As I do that, I'm going to be transitioning my weight from one foot to the other, making sure that I get foot, knee, hip, chest, and eye all lined up on that side, and my feet are staying flat. I'm going to be using those foot points to create the pressing. It's going to be inhale when the cable goes up, exhale as I do the weight shift, making sure that my feet stay flat and I don't tip them. For that chop, I would do 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per side. If you've tried these moves and you have way better ankle mobility and a better sense of your weight distribution on your foot, then I would apply those same concepts to the exercises found in this video right here. They're 3 of the most common exercises that I program for my patients and clients. They really enhance mobility everywhere and they take care of a lot of problems. I'd go ahead and check it out.